Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, dear devotees, for your kind association. Let's start with our Mangalacharan prayers. Om Ajnanaतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। तस्यारविन्दनयनस्य पदारविन्द किञ्जल्कमिश्र तुलसीमकरन्दवायुः अन्तर्गतस्वविवरेण चकार तेषां संक्षोभमक्षरजुषामपि चित्ततन्वो नेहयत्कर्मधर्माय न विरागाय कल्पते न तीर्थपदसेवायै जीवनपि मृतो हि सः। प्रसङ्गम् अजरं पाशम् आत्मनः कवयो विदुः स एव साधुषु कृतो मोक्षद्वारम् अपावृतम्। तितिक्षवः कारुणिकाः सुहृदः सर्वदेहिनाम् अजातशत्रवः शान्ताः साधवः साधुभूषणाः। सतां प्रसङ्गान् मम वीर्यसंविदो भवन्ति हृत्कर्णरसायना कथा तज्जोषणादाशपवर्गवर्त्मनि श्रद्धारतिर्भक्तिरनुक्रमिष्यति। हासंहरेरवनताखिललोकतीव्रा शोकाश्रु सागरविशोषणमत्युदारम् सम्मोहनाय रचितं निजमायया स्वस्य भ्रूमण्डलं मुनिकृते मकरध्वजस्य। मद्गुणश्रुतिमात्रेण मयि सर्वगुहाशये मनोगतिरविच्छिन्ना यथा गङ्गाम्भसोऽम्बुधौ लक्षणं भक्तियोगस्य निर्गुणस्य उदाहृतम् अहैतुक अव्यवहिता या भक्ति पुरुषोत्तमे सालोक्यसारष्टि सामीप्य सारूप्यैकत्वमपि उत दीयमानं न गृह्णन्ति विना मत्सेवनं जनाः। यन्नामधेयश्रवणानुकीर्तनाद् यन्नामधेयश्रवणानुकीर्तनाद् यत्प्रबलनाद् यत्स्मरणादपि क्वचित् स्वादोऽपि सत्यसवनाय कल्पते कुतः पुनस्ते भगवान्नुदर्शनात्। यन्नामधेयश्रवणानुकीर्तनाद् यत्प्रबलनाद् यत्स्मरणादपि क्वचित् स्वादोऽपि सद्यः सवनाय कल्पते कुतः पुनस्ते भगवन्नुदर्शनात्। अहो बतश्व पचतो गरीयान् यज्जिह्वाग्रे वर्तते नाम तुभ्यं ते पुस्तपस्ते जुहुः सस्नुरार्या ब्रह्मानुचुर्नाम गृह्णन्ति ये ते। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. We are continuing our study of Granth Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 15, entitled Description of Vaikuntha, the Kingdom of God, Text 35. तेषाम् इतीरितम् अवधार्य घोरं तं ब्रह्मदण्डम् अनिवारणम् अस्त्रपूगैः सद्यो हरेरनुचरावुर्बिभ्यतस्तत् पादग्रहाव अपतताम् अतिकातरेण. Translations and purports by our beloved founder Acharya Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad. His Divine Grace Shri Srimad Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Lord Brahmaji is describing when the doormen of Vaikuntha Lok, who were certainly devotees of the Lord, found that they were going to be cursed by the four Kumaras, Brahmanas, they at once became very much afraid and fell down at the feet of the Brahmanas in great anxiety. For a Brahman's curse cannot be counteracted by any kind of weapon. A Brahman follows dharma. Brahma janati iti Brahman. Dharmam tu sakshad bhagavat pranite. A Brahman knows Bhagwan. Brahman means Bhagwan. And whatever Bhagwan has taught, that is dharma. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranite. So Brahman follows dharma. One of the four limbs of dharma is satya. So a Brahman never tells a lie. A Brahman always speaks the truth. And because a Brahman always speaks the truth, the curse of the Brahman always works. It is said in the Shastra that the curse, shrap, of two types of people always works. One is a person who has never spoken a lie, and second is a woman who is very chaste to her husband, and other than her husband, the thought of no other man has ever come in her mind. A woman who is very chaste, her curse will work, like Gandhari, for example. Her curse will work. And someone who has never spoken a lie, Brahman. Now, these are four Brahmanas, Chatush Kumar, Chatusana, and they cursed Jai Vijay because Jai Vijay forbade them from entering Vaikuntha. And these four brothers, they had an intense desire to have darshan of Lord Hari. When they were forbidden, they got angry and they said to the doorkeepers that you don't deserve to be in Vaikuntha because you saw us naked entering Vaikuntha, you got angry at us. You forcefully stopped us from entering Vaikuntha. Your behavior is Bhagavad Vimukhat, Bhagavad Pratikul. Your behavior is displeasing to Bhagwan. Therefore, you should not live in Vaikuntha because in Vaikuntha, the mood is Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. Everybody wants to please Krishna. And Krishna feels very happy when devotees come to meet him. We wanted to meet Krishna and you stopped us. Therefore, you are Bhagavad Pratikul. And because you are opposed to the desires of Bhagwan, you don't deserve to be in Vaikuntha. You fall down to the world of the mortals. And last time, some of you were not there, but I mentioned that I spoke with His Grace Hari Parshad Prabhu about Prapanchik Vaikuntha and Vaikuntha in the Paravyom, in the spiritual world. And Hari Parshad Prabhu pointed out from Srila Jiva Goswami Sandarbhas that this episode where the Chatusana, the four Kumar brothers, have gone to Vaikuntha, this is Vaikuntha in the Paravyom. This is Vaikuntha in the spiritual world. The Vaikuntha where Durvasa Muni went when the Sudarshan Chakra was chasing behind him and he wanted protection, that is the Prapanchik Vaikuntha in this material world. And the Vaikuntha where Brahmaji goes to meet Lord Vishnu at the beginning of 10th canto when the earth is overburdened by sinful Kshatriyas, that is also Prapanchik Vaikuntha. And the Vaikuntha that in the beginning of third canto was revealed to Lord Brahma. Remember? Lord Brahmaji was sitting on the lotus and he had darshan of Vaikuntha. So that Vaikuntha is the Vaikuntha in the Paravyam. So two times in Bhagavatam, that Vaikuntha in the Paravyam, in the spiritual sky is mentioned to reveal to Lord Brahmaji when he was sitting on the lotus. He had darshan of Bhagwan, he had darshan of the spiritual world. That was the Vaikuntha in the spiritual world, spiritual sky, Paravyam. And this Chatusana have gone to the spiritual world. So these two are examples of spiritual world, Paravyam, Vaikuntha. And two examples where personalities have gone to the Prapanchik Vaikuntha, the Vaikuntha planet within this Brahmanda. That is Brahmaji praying in the beginning of 10th canto and Durvasa Muni going to Vaikuntha. Okay. And Dhruv Maharaj also, he went to Prapanchik Vaikuntha, the Vaikuntha planet in this Brahmanda called Shvetadvi. Now it is called Dhruvalok because Dhruv Maharaj resides there. Every Brahmanda has a Vaikuntha planet. And that Vaikuntha planet is as good as the spiritual world Vaikuntha planets. There is no difference. It is indestructible. Even when the Brahmanda is destroyed, that Vaikuntha planet simply becomes Antardhan. It disappears, but it is not destroyed. So that's one thing I wanted to clarify. So now in the Paravyam, in the one of the Vaikuntha planets, this is happening. That Jai Vijay, the doorkeepers, are being cursed by the Brahmanas. And as soon as they're realizing that, oh Krishna, now these four Brahmanas are going to curse us, the two gatekeepers, Jai Vijay, they immediately begged forgiveness from Chatusana. They are called Chatusana because Chatu means four and Sana. They are four Sana, S-A-N-A. Sanat Kumar, Sananda Kumar, Sanatan Kumar, and Sanak, Sanatan, Sananda, Sanak, Sanatan, Sanat Kumar, and Sanandan Kumar. So the four Sana, 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 Sana. So Chatusana. So they fell at the feet of Chatusana, the four Kumar brothers, and begged forgiveness, knowing that a Brahman's curse cannot be counteracted. And interestingly, ultimately, our Parikshit Maharaj is hearing this, and he's also a victim of a Brahman's curse. So it's quite poignant. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Although by chance the doorman Jai Vijay committed a mistake by stopping the four Brahmanas from entering the gate of Vaikuntha, they were at once aware of the gravity of the curse. They were cursed to go down to the material world. There are many kinds of offenses, but the greatest offense is to offend a devotee of the Lord. Satam Ninda, Vaishnava Prad is the greatest offense. Chatusana are pure devotees. We discussed last time they were Jivan Mukta. That's why they were qualified to enter Vaikuntha. They had no material desire, so they were qualified to enter Vaikuntha. Even in this world, they are the Sampradaya Acharyas of one of the four Vaishnava Sampradayas. So imagine how great they are. We have our Guru Varga, we have Prabhupada, we have Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, we have Srila Gaur Kishore Dada Vajwara, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, Srila Baldev Vidya Bhushan, Narottam Das Thakur, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, six Goswamis. We have all these Siddha Acharyas, perfected devotees. But our Sampradaya Acharya, all these devotees are quoting Lord Brahma. All these devotees are quoting 14th chapter of 10th canto, Brahma Stuti. All these acharyas are quoting Brahma Samhita prayers spoken by Lord Brahma. So you can imagine how great Brahmaji is. Similarly, Lakshmiji is great. Similarly, Lord Shiva is great, the greatest Vaishnava, Vaishnavanam Shambhu. And similarly, the four Kumar brothers are great. And they were offended. So this was a very big Vaishnava Prad. I don't remember. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember the reference, but I have heard from my spiritual master that the greater the Vaishnava we offend, the more severe the reaction comes. I think it is from Chaitanya Bhagavat, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not able to remember. But I have read this and I have heard it from my Guru Maharaj. The more advanced the devotee, the greater the reaction one gets. For example, Gopal Chapal, he offended Srivas Thakur. What a horrible reaction he got. He got a severe case of leprosy within 3 days. Leprosy is a chronic disease, takes months to develop. Within 3 days, he got it so severe that he lost his position as a Brahman. With leprosy, he could not do any puja. No pathan pathan, no yajan yajan. And he had to go and live in the forest because he could not stay in the town of Nadia because leprosy is contagious. He lost his family, lost his house, lost his money, lost his position in society as a Brahman, and he had to live alone without food in the forest overnight. And he lived like that for many years, suffering. So, the more advanced the Vaishnava that we offend, the more severe the reaction. That doesn't mean that we offend new devotees. It doesn't mean like that. But if we offend more advanced devotees, then we will suffer even more. The reaction will be that much greater. This is a Siddhanta. I'm sure I have read it somewhere and I remember hearing it from my Guru Maharaj also. For example, um, someone is a devotee and has faults also because he's in the clearing stage and we criticize, it will cause problems. But if we offend Srila Prabhupada or we offend one of our Gurujans who are pure devotees, then the reaction will be much more severe. Much more severe. So now these two doorkeepers, Jai Vijay, they have offended the Sampradaya Acharya of one of the four Sampradayas. So you can imagine what is the gravity. They have not offended some new Bhakta. They have offended self-realized Jivan Mukta pure devotees, Chatushala. Srila Rupa Goswami writes in Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite that Sanaka Sanatana Varnita Charite. Radharani is described by the four Kumaras. So Rupa Goswami is glorifying the Kumar brothers, and those Kumar brothers have been offended very badly by Jai Vijay. So they were very scared. Prabhupada says there are many kinds of offenses, but the greatest offense is offense to a devotee of the Lord. Hari sthane aparadhe, tare hari naam, Vaishnav sthane aparadha, nahi paritran. Sri Narottam Thakur says. Because the doormen were also devotees of the Lord, they were able to understand their mistake and were terrified when the four Kumaras were ready to curse them. Problem with lesser people in this world, lesser mortals, less evolved, spiritually less developed people is they don't think twice before criticizing. On Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, all these social YouTube comments, on all these social media platforms, we just criticize without even thinking what we are doing. You know? So many people criticize, they are not scared. Why they are not scared? Prabhupada is answering. Prabhupada is answering, people are not scared to criticize because they don't understand the gravity. They're ignorant. But Jai Vijay were not ignorant. Prabhupada says, because the doormen, Jai Vijay, were also devotees, they were able to understand their mistake. Are what we have done? And they became terrified. Prabhupada is writing in the last line. They became terrified. Which means if we are not terrified of Vaishnava Aparadh, that means we are not devotees. When Ladini Mataji in the year 1990, she was only 40 years old, younger than me. I am 44. Ladini Mataji was 40 years old when she was murdered in Liberia, West Africa. There was a civil war going on and she was a US citizen. American government said that all US citizens should evacuate. How now US government is saying Lebanon, in Lebanon, any US citizens evacuate. Israel may attack, so just evacuate from there. So like that, civil war was going on in Liberia, in West Africa, and US embassy notified all the US citizens immediately evacuate. The US Marines came on big ships and they were taking US citizens out. Every day, so many US citizens were evacuating, and Ladini Mataji wrote a letter to my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj. That letter is still there. She wrote a letter that I am not afraid of the bombs, I am not afraid of the machine guns, I am not afraid of the bullets. I am really, really, really afraid and terrified of committing Vaishnava Aparadh. And what was her fear? That there are these 9 brahmacharis in the temple who were preached by local programs. They left their family jobs. They wore dhoti chadar, tilak kanthi. They were chanting 16 rounds. Some of them were initiated by Srila Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj. Some of them were aspiring for initiation. They were all practicing bhaktas and they were all Liberians, local people. And their Shiksha Guru, their Vartama Pradarshak Guru, their inspiration, their counselor was Ladini Mataji. She said, how can I leave them and go? High and dry. They became devotees, so they may become target of the opposing party who was wanting to do the political military coup and take over everything. They were against ISKCON devotees because when United Nations was sending food supply, relief food, this rebel party who had taken control of the country, they were hijacking all these food trucks and keeping that food for themselves and not letting it reach the people. But Ladini Mataji had her own food supply. She had a lot of grains in the temple. So then, to help the people, they started doing food for life in Liberia, where they would make khichdi and give it to the people who were starving to death. So they became very popular, and this rebel leader, Prince Johnson, he thought that ISKCON is working against him. His policy was to starve the people, create an artificial famine, and then get the people to support him. But because Ladini Mataji in ISKCON started this food for life, he thought that my plans will get um, jeopardized. So he wanted to attack the temple and kill everybody. So when the news came that he's coming with his military, run. Ladini Mataji said, I cannot leave these devotees. I am afraid of committing Vaishnava Aparadh. If I abandon them, abandonment is also against Vaishnava principles. So she was afraid of that and she did not go. And even when Prince Johnson himself told her that you are a woman, you go, I will kill these men. She said, how dare you attack the devotees of Krishna? I am not going to stand here, watch you shoot them. And she went and jumped on his pistol. He had a special pistol, golden pistol made to order. She went and jumped and grabbed it and grappled with him for that pistol, not letting go. And then there were so many other soldiers with AK-47 assault rifles and they shot Ladini Mataji. Her whole sari was covered with blood and they threw her dead body in the river. All this happened on the bank of the river and there were crocodiles. Ladini Mataji's body was never found. After a few days, when the thing settled down, the civil war settled down, some devotees went to find her and they only found her floating sari on the river. So, very ghastly, very gruesome death, but very glorious also. Abhimanyu's death was gruesome. Jatayu's death was gruesome, but very glorious. Similarly, Ladini Mataji's death was also very glorious, and she was terrified of Vaishnava Aparadh. She didn't want to abandon the devotees. Because when we commit Vaishnava Aparadh, Krishna is displeased. And for a devotee to displease Krishna is the worst thing one can do. Because the whole purpose of bhakti is to please Krishna. Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. And Vaishnava Aparadh really breaks the heart of Krishna. And a Vaishnava will never do that. Vaishnava would prefer to die than to displease or hurt Krishna or Krishna's devotees. Text 36. भूयादघोनि भगवद्भिरकारिदण्डो यो नौ हरेतसुरहेलनमशेषम् मावो नुतापकलया भगवत्स्मृतिघ्नो मोहो भवेत् इह तु नौ व्रजतोरधोधः. After being cursed by the Chatusana, the four Kumar brothers, the doorman Jai Vijay said, "It is quite apt that you have punished us for neglecting to respect sages like you. But we pray that due to your compassion, at our repentance, we have Anutap. Look at the word Anutap. Anutap. Our Anutap for Sura Helanam. We did Sura Helanam. Sura means saintly persons, demigods. Helanam means disobey them, insult them. We did Sura Helanam, and therefore Danda. Danda. You can give us punishment, no problem. But because you are very merciful and we are very ignorant, out of your own compassion, at our Anutap, because we are repenting, the illusion of forgetting the Supreme Personality of Godhead will not come upon us as we go progressively downward. You have cursed us to go down in the material world. We are not asking you to forgive us or take back that curse. Let us fall down. But our only prayer is, if you so desire, because we are repenting and you are very merciful, we request that arrange it in such a way that we never forget our sweet Lord. Jai Vijay love Krishna. They are Vaikuntha-vasis, eternally. They are Nitya Siddhas. They have pure prem for Krishna. So look at the wonderful benediction they are asking. That we may fall down in the material world, but please make sure that we do not forget Krishna. Bhagavat Smritigna. Let it not happen that we become Bhagavat Smritigna. We lose the Smriti, the memory of the Supreme Lord, Krishna, Narayan. Purport. To a devotee, any heavy punishment is tolerable, but the one which effects forgetfulness of the Supreme Lord Krishna, that is not acceptable. The doormen, who were also devotees, could understand the punishment meted out to them, for they were conscious of the great offense they had committed by not allowing the four sages to enter Vaikuntha Lok. They understood, but they did not want forgetfulness of Krishna. So this is a very important lesson for all of us. Maybe we can all pray like this regularly, that my dear Krishna, my dear Radharani, may I never forget you. Because you have taught us that smartavya sajatam Vishnu vismartavya na jatuchit. We should always remember Krishna and we should never forget Krishna. Therefore, we always want to remember you. There is a very great self-realized Mahabhagavat saint in India who entered Nitya Leela, and he has written a commentary on Bhagavad Gita in Hindi. Pujya Shri Ram Sukdas Ji Maharaj, Sadhak Sanjeevani by Gita Press. It's a book. So Shri Ram Sukdas Ji Maharaj would always teach his disciples this principle, that you should pray that हे नाथ, हे प्रभु, मैं कभी आपको भूलूं नहीं. मैं कभी आपको भूलूं नहीं. May I never forget you. So that is very important. Smartavya Sajatam Vishnu. Text 37. Evam tadaiva bhagavan aravindanabha swanam vibuddhya sadatikramam arya ridyah tasmin yayau paramaham samahamuninam anveshaniya charanau chalayan sahashrihi. Very beautiful description. Lord Brahmaji is describing to the devatas. As this is happening, we are at the doorstep. Which door are we at? Huh? Yes. Shama Kishori Mataji, who was absent last time.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. We are at the seventh gate.
Seventh gate. Six gates they pass. Seventh gate, this is happening. Innermost gate. So as this cursing is going on, this anuta, this begging forgiveness, this prayer, all this is going on, what happened? At that very moment, Lord Narayan, who is called Padmanabha. Arvindanabha means Padmanabha. Arvind means lotus, Padma. Evam tadaiva Bhagavan Aravindanabha. At that very moment, the Lord, who is called Padmanabha, because of the lotus grown from his navel, and who is the delight of the righteous devotees, learnt about the insult offered by his own servants Jai Vijay to the four saints Sanak Kumar, Sanatan Kumar, Sanat Kumar, and Sanandan Kumar, accompanied by his spouse, the goddess of fortune, Saha Shri, along with Shri. Shri means Lakshmi Devi, Srimati Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of fortune. Lord Narayan, Padmanabh, went to the spot on those very feet which are sought for by recluses and great sages. Paramhamsa Mahamuni Charanam Chalayan Sahashri. With those 2 feet, he walked to the place where all this cursing was going on. Which 2 feet? The 2 feet that the yogis and Mahamunis, Paramhamsas, always meditate upon. And Krishna is described here as Arya Ridya. He is the delight of the Arya people. Arya people are the devotees. Purport. In Sri Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna declares that his devotees cannot be vanquished at any time. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. Lord Narayan could understand that the quarrel between the doormen, Jai Vijay, and the four sages, Kumaras, was taking a different turn, and therefore he instantly came out of his place and went to the spot to stop further aggravation, so that his devotees, the doormen, might not be vanquished for good. Krishna is going to go and some crisis intervention. Crisis is there. Never it has happened that from the Paravyama Vaikuntha sky, someone is falling down. So it's a time of crisis. Tam agatam pratihritau paikam swapumbhis te chakshataksha vishayam swasamadhi bhagyam hamsa shriyor vyajanayo Shivavayulola Shubhratapatra Shashike Sarashikaramum. The sages headed by Sanak Rishi saw that the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu, who was formerly visible only within their hearts in ecstatic trance, Samadhi Bhagyam, had now actually become visible to their eyes. Aksha Vishayam, he became the Vishay, subject of their Aksha, eyes. He became visible. Jagannatha Swami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatume. As he came forward, Lord Narayan, as he came forward, accompanied by his own associates, bearing all paraphernalia such as an umbrella and a charmer fan, Shubhra Atapatra, a white umbrella. Lord Narayan came with his associates who were holding fan, charmer. The white bunches of hair moved very gently like two swans, and due to their favorable breeze, the pearls garlanding the umbrella also moved like drops of nectar falling from Shashi. White full moon or ice melting due to a gust of wind. This is the beautiful scene we have to imagine. Lord Narayan has come very beautiful. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, in this verse we find the word Achakshataksha Vishayam. The Supreme Lord cannot be seen by ordinary eyes, but he now became visible to the eyesight of the four Kumaras. Achaksha means he cannot be seen with eyes, but Akshavishayam, but he became visible. Another significant word is Samadhi Bhagyam. Meditators who are very fortunate, Bhagyavan, can see the Supreme Lord Vishnu within their hearts by the yogic process. But to see him face to face is a different matter. This is only possible for the pure devotees. So the Chatush Kumar, they are very pure devotees. It is said in Brahma Samhita that devotees being elevated in love of God always see Shama Sundara, the Supreme Personality of God within their hearts. प्रेमाञ्जनचूरित भक्ति विलोचनेन सन्त सदैव हृदयेषु विलोकयन्ति यं श्यामसुन्दरमचिन्त्य गुणस्वरूपं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. Premanjana bhakti vilocanena. When the lochan, the eyes, are covered with prem, then Santa Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti. The devotees, saintly devotees, always see in their hearts. Who? Yam Shama Sundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam. Lord Shama Sundara, the original Lord, in his very Achintya, beautiful form, they can always see. But this is only possible for the pure devotees. Text 39. Krishna Prasada Samukham Sprihaniya Dhama Snehavalokalayaridi Samprishantam Shame Prithavurasisho Bhitaya Shriya Swashchudamanim Subhagayantam Ivatmad Dishnyam. The Lord is the reservoir of all pleasure. His auspicious presence is meant for everyone's benediction, and his affectionate, smiling, glancing touch the core of the heart. Ridhi samsprishantam. It touches the core of the heart. What is that verse that the gopis sing? Rahasitam priya prema vikshanam viharanam chataye ध्यानमङ्गलम् रहसि संविदो यारिदि स्पृशः कुहकनो मना क्षोभयन्तिः. The gopis are saying in the Gopi Geet, Rahasi Samvido. Rahasi means in a secret place. In secret places, Rahasi Samvido. Krishna, you would have samvad, you would have conversations with us very confidentially in secret places. Yaridi Sprisha. They used to touch our hearts so much that Krishna spoke to me privately. The gopis are thinking. Every gopi feels like that because Krishna is very personal. So it touches the core of the heart. The Lord's beautiful bodily color is Shame. Is Shama Sundar. It is blackish. And his broad chest is the resting place of the goddess of fortune. Urasi Shobhitaya Shriya. Shrivatsa. Shri is on the chest. Who glorifies the entire spiritual world, the summit of all heavenly planets, the goddess of fortune. Thus it appeared that Lord Narayan was personally spreading the beauty and good fortune of the spiritual world. This is how Krishna came. Purport Srila Prabhupada says, when Lord Vishnu came, he was pleased with everyone. Therefore, it is stated here, Krishna Prasada Sumukham. The Lord knew that even the offensive doormen were his pure devotees, although by chance, they committed an offense at the feet of the other devotees, the four Kumaras. To commit an offense against a devotee is very dangerous in devotional service. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore said that an offense to a devotee is just like a mad elephant running loose, Hati Mata. When a mad elephant enters the garden, it tramples all the plant. Bhakti Lata will be destroyed. Similarly, an offense unto the feet of a pure devotee murders one's position in devotional service. On the part of Lord Narayan, there was no offended mood because he does not accept any offense created by his sincere devotee. Auguna what is that? अवगुण करे समुद्र सम गणतन अपनो जान राई के सम भजन को मानत मेरु समान. This is what they say in Vrindavan. That avgun kare samudra sam. Our avgun, our bad qualities may be like an ocean. This is Radharani. They say this in Parsana. अवगुण करे समुद्र सम गणतन अपनो जान. पर भक्त को अपना मान के राधा रानी doesn't count those bad qualities that the devotee has. अवगुण करे समुद्र सम गणतन अपनो जान. She doesn't consider them. और राई के सम भजन को मानत मेरु समान. You do little bit rai, small little particle of bhajan you do, and Radharani will think, oh, this is like Mount Sumeru. He has done bhajan equal to Mount Sumeru. This is our Radharani. And this is her month, Kartik. अवगुण करे समुद्र सम गणतना अपनो जान राई के सम भजन को मानत मेरु समान. This is a very great Vaishnava Acharya, I'm forgetting the name, has written this in Braj Bhasha. This Vaishnava belongs to the Radhavallabh Sampradaya, one of the bona fide Ras Upasana Sampradayas of Vrindavan, like Bhakya Bihari, Shri Swami Haridas Ji Sampradaya, like that. Shri Hit Harivansh's Sampradaya. Someone sadhu has written like that. Let's go to verse number 40. पीतांशुके पृथुनितं बिनि विस्फुरन्त्या काञ्चालिभिर्विरुतया वनमालया च वल्गुप्रकोष्ठवलयं विनतासुतांसे विन्यस्तहस्तमितरेण धुनानम् अब्जम्. Brahmaji is describing Lord Vishnu was adorned with a girdle that shone brightly on the yellow cloth, covering his large hips, and he wore a garland of fresh flowers, which was distinguished by humming bees. His lovely wrists were graced with bracelets, and he rested one of his hands on the shoulder of Garud, his carrier, and twirled a lotus with another hand. Imagine this beautiful Lord Vishnu standing, the garland of flowers with humming bees all around. He has beautiful bracelets around his wrists. He's keeping one hand on Garud like this. How Garud was feeling? Krishna is resting on him like this. Krishna knows exactly what to do to increase the love of his devotees. Purport. Here is a full description of the personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, as personally experienced by the sages. Lord Vishnu's personal body was covered with yellow robes and his waist was thin. In Vaikuntha, whenever there is a flower garland on the chest of the Supreme Personality of Godhead or any one of his associates, Hari Parshads, it is described that the humming bees are there. Radha Krishna Padam Bhujau Bhringaya Gurave Namaha. Guru is like a honeybee at the lotus-like feet of Radha Krishna. Radha Krishna Padam Bhujau Bhringaya Gurave Namaha. One request to some of you who can do it. So this verse I quoted, अवगुण मेरे समुद्र सम गणतन अपनो जान राई के सम भजन को मानत मेरु समान. There is an equivalent verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Can someone find it? Where it is said that Krishna doesn't consider the offense of the devotees, and even little bhajan, Krishna considers it to be too much. It is, I think, 108 verse of one of the chapters in Chaitanya Charitamrita. I don't know which chapter, but it verse number 108. Maybe somewhere in Ante Leela or Madhya Leela. Ante Lila or Madhya Lila. I think it's one of the earlier chapters, chapter 1 or 2, verse number 108, something like that, if I remember correctly. So can someone pull that and then raise your hand when you find it? So this is the beautiful description of Lord Narayan. Text 41. Vidyut kshipan makara kundala manda mandanarha ganda sthalo nasamukham manimat kiritam दोर्दंड षंड विवरे हरता परार्ध्य हारेण कंधर गतेन च कौस्तुभेन. Lord Narayan's countenance, face, was distinguished by cheeks that enhance the beauty of his Makara Kundala, his alligator shaped pendants, earrings, which outshone lightning. Vidyut Kshipat. It was putting lightning to shame, outshining the even lightning so bright. But Krishna's earrings, ear pendants shaped like the alligator or shark or dolphin are very beautiful. His nose was prominent, upraised, and his head was covered with a gem studded crown. A charming necklace hung between his stout arms, and his neck was adorned with the gem known as Kaustubhamani. Kaustubhamani. Manimat Kiritam Harena Kandhara Gatena Cha Kaustubhena. Kaustubmani was there. Text 14. So this is a beautiful description that we should meditate on. Vamshidhari Gopal Prabhu has found the verse, it appears. So Vamshidhari Gopal
Yes,
Prabhu,
Prabhuji.
you
It's
found it?
Antya Lila, chapter 1, verse number 107.
107. Can you share
Yeah,
it? You can put it in the
yeah.
chat. Copy paste in the chat.
Prabhuji, I found it in the book.
In the
I'm,
book? Okay. Yeah, no problem. We can do it here. One second.
yeah.
So we can find it here. Let's go to Vedabase, Chaitanya Charitamrit, Antya Leela, chapter 1, you said. Text number
107.
107. Okay. Text number 107. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. ईश्वर स्वभाव भक्तेर नालय अपराध अल्प सेवा बहु माने आत्म परम प्रसाद. This is the nature of Bhagwan. Ishvara Swabhav. What is the nature of Krishna? Bhaktera nalay aparad. Ganatana apnojan. Doesn't count the offenses of the devotee. Alpa seva bahu mane. राई के सम भजन को मानत मेरु समान. अल्प सेवा बहु माने. आत्म पर्यंत प्रसाद. He wants to give so much mercy to the devotee that he is willing to give himself to the devotee. This is the love. Thank you, Vamshidhari Gopal Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Very beautiful verse. Okay, so verse number 42, last verse for today. Atropasrishtam iti chotsmitam indriyaya swanam dhiya virachitam bahu saushthavadyam Mayam bhavasya bhavatam cha bhajantam angam nemur nirikshana vitripta drisho mudakai. The exquisite beauty of Lord Narayan being many times magnified by the intelligence of his devotees was so attractive that it defeated the pride of the goddess of fortune in being the most beautiful. My dear demigods, Lord Brahma is saying to the Devatas, my dear demigods, the Lord who thus manifested himself is worshipable by me, Mahyam, also by Lord Shiva, Bhavasya, and by all of you, Bhavatam, all of you. Mahyam Bhavasya Bhavatam. Lord Narayan is to be worshipped by me by Lord Shiva and by all of you. The sages regarded him with unshated eyes, means eyes that were not satiated. They wanted to see more, 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 and joyously bowed their heads at Lord Narayan's lotus feet. Which sages? Who were vitripta? They were not tripta, they were vitripta. They were not satisfied. Vitripta, disha, muda. With very joyful hearts, they were not satisfied seeing Krishna. He was so beautiful. And then Nemu, they bowed down. Who bowed down? The four Kumar brothers. Purport. Srila Prabhupada wrote a very beautiful purport, and we are going to read the purport in its entirety. Are you ready? Please listen carefully. The beauty of Lord Krishna was so enchanting that it could not be sufficiently described. The goddess of fortune, Lakshmi ji, is supposed to be the most beautiful sight in the spiritual world, Vaikuntha, and material creations of the Lord. She is the most beautiful. She has a sense of being the most beautiful, yet her beauty was defeated when Lord Narayan appeared. In other words, the beauty of the goddess of fortune is secondary in the presence of Lord Narayan. In the words of Vaishnava poets, it is said that the Lord's beauty is so enchanting that it defeats hundreds and thousands of cupids. Lord Narayan is therefore called, in Vrindavan, Krishna is called Madan Mohan. It is also described that the Lord sometimes becomes mad after the beauty of Srimati Radharani. Poets describe that under those circumstances, although Lord Krishna is Madana Mohan, the attractor of the Cupid, he becomes Madana Daha, or enchanted by the beauty of Radharani. He becomes Madan Mohan Mohini. Radharani is called Madan Mohan Mohini because Madan Mohan is enchanted by the beauty of Radharani. Prabhupada further writes, actually, the Lord's beauty is super excellent, surpassing even the beauty of Lakshmi in Vaikuntha. The devotees of the Lord in the Vaikuntha planets want to see the Lord as the most beautiful. This is Vaikuntha. But the devotees in Gokul or Krishnalok want to see Radharani as more beautiful than Krishna. Prabhupada is writing. This is so beautiful. The adjustment is that the Lord, being Bhakta Vatsal, or one who wants to please his devotees, assumes such features so that devotees like Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and other demigods may be pleased. Here also for the devotee sages, the Kumaras, the Lord appeared in his most beautiful feature, and they continued to see him without satiation and wanted to continue seeing him more and more. This is our Vaikuntha and Golok Vrindavan. Some differences there. Golok Vrindavan is the highest. So we will continue this chapter. It has got 50 verses. So hopefully in the next session on Tuesday, we can finish this chapter. It will be Bhishma Panchak next week. But we'll stop at verse number 42. We'll continue with verse number 43, Krishna willing, next week. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Yes, Shama Kishori Mataji and then Sham Chandra Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam. Thank you very much for the wonderful class. Prabhuji, this last purport that we read, it says that to please his devotees, he assumes such features. So why is the word assumes, why is it said that he assumes such features? Because the Lord has those features already, right?
Correct. Krishna is eternal, but in the Leela, he appears. For example, to please Prahlad Maharaj, the Lord appeared as half man, half lion. Very beautiful.
Yes.
You know Vinod Bihari Baba?
Yes.
A person of Pujya Shri Vinod Bihari Baba. During Kartik, he had Maun Vrat, but his student, Shri Dhruv Das Ji Baba, Chote Baba, he said something very beautiful. Can I share with all of you? Very beautiful, very beautiful. So beautiful. Assumes, your question is, Lord assumes. Forms of Lord Krishna are all eternal. Satchidananda Vigraha. But in the Leela that we can see, Krishna always makes a appearance. Matsyadev appeared. Vamandev appeared. Narsimhadev appeared. Even Lord Ramachandra appeared. Even Krishna appeared. Krishna, we can say Krishna assumed a Chaturbhuj Murti when he appeared in the jail of Mathura as son of Devaki and Vasudeva Maharaj. Assumed. And then in Golok Vrindavan, he assumed a two-arm small form of Gopal. So, Pujya Shri Vinod Bihari Baba has taught that why did Lord Narsimhadev take the form of half man, half lion? There are external reasons and there are internal reasons. He explains so beautiful. Just like Mahaprabhu, external reason, internal reason. So external reason we all know that Brahmaji's benediction was there on Hiranyakashipu, that he will not be killed by any of the 8.4 million species that are created by Brahmaji. He will not be killed by any weapon. He will not be killed by animal, human being. So anyway, so then the Lord came as half man, half lion, and he killed with his nails. This is iha bahya. This is external. But Pujya Shri Vinod Bihari was explaining that the internal reason is that the Lord appeared as half man and half lion. Half man, half lion. Why? Because the Lord is Bhakta Vatsal. The Lord treats the devotee like a child. How in the 4th chapter of Antelila in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Mahaprabhu tells Haridas Thakur and Sanatan Goswami. Sanatan Goswami's body is covered with ulcers. What does Mahaprabhu say? Both of you are my bachchas. Haridas Thakur, 35 years elder to Mahaprabhu. Sanatan Goswami, 4 years younger than Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu says, both of you are my bachchas. You are my children. Haridas, you are my child. Nima is saying. It was Sanatan Goswami also. You are like my child. When the mother cleans the stool and urine of a baby, does the mother get any ghrina? Does the mother feel disgusted? No. Then why your pus and blood and ulcer should make me disgusted? I love you. You are my child. So Krishna has this attitude of Bhakta Vatsalta. Krishna has this nature where Krishna sees the devotee as his child. Now, Shama Kishore Mataji, you are a mother. How does a mother, because Vatsal word comes from the cow, how the cow loves the Vatsa, the calf. That's a very pure form of love. So we say Vatsalya means the love of a cow for the calf. Similarly, the love of a mother to the child. So in our human society, when we love our child, we put the child on our lap, we smell the head with our hands, we caress and we express our love by patting the child, embracing the child, correct? But have you ever seen a mother stick out the tongue and lick the child? No, we don't do that in human society. So if Lord Narsimhadev was a human being, he would not have been able to lick Prahlad. He would have been able to put Prahlad on his lap, place his Tavakara Kamala Vare, place his lotus hand on his head, embrace him, at the most kiss him. But Sri Vinod Bihari said that the love of Narsimhadev was overflooding, exploding so much that he wanted to use all his indriya in doing lalan of little Prahlad, 5-year-old boy who underwent so much for his sake, who had so much confidence. Little 5-year-old boy, the whole Brahmanda is scared of Hiranyakashipu except Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. Everybody else is scared of Hiranyakashipu. But this Prahlad is not scared because he has so much confidence in me. And he never asks me for anything. Lord Narasimhadev was so happy with Prahlad. He wanted to use all his senses in loving him, and he even wanted to lick him with his tongue. But a lion licks the baby cub. So he became half lion, so that freely he could lick Prahlad. And actually, in some Puranas, it is mentioned that Narsimhadev was licking Prahlad with love. I have actually seen a deity also where Narsimhadev is licking Prahlad with so much. Imagine the Lord is loving us so much that he is licking us with so much love. So he was licking like a lion and he was putting on the lap and embracing like a human. Half man, half lion.
Offline.
Keshava Dhrita Narahari Rupa. Half man, half lion. Assumes. Hari means lion and Nara means human. Narahari Rupa. So that I found this so beautiful. Now, every time I see Narsimhadev and Prahlad Maharaj, I remember this beautiful
Good.
bhav of Pujya Shri Vinod Bihari Baba of Parsana. That Krishna wanted to lick him and embrace him and put him on the lap. So it can only be done by half man, half lion. Ugropi anugra evayam स्वभक्तानाम निरकेशरी केशरी व स्वपोतानाम अन्येषाम उग्र विक्रम. Who wrote this verse? Shri Sridhar Swami Maharaj, the original commentator on Bhagavatam, that Ugropi anugra evayam स्वभक्तानाम नरकेशरी केशरी व स्वपोतानाम अन्येषाम उग्र विक्रम. That Kesari iva swapotanam, how a lioness for the own cubs is licking them, giving them all the love. But those same jaws become death personified for the enemies. So like that, Lord Narasimhadev wanted to lick Prahlad, so he became half lion, so he could lick. Hari Bol. Is that okay, Mataji?
Yes, thank you very
Forgot
much.
what your question was, but somehow I remembered Narasimhadev.
Yes. No, explaining how he assumes all these features to please his devotees. I think this is the perfect example,
So
Prabhuji.
please, Prahlad,
Thank
he
you.
became like that.
Thank you so
Hare
much.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yes, Shamchandra Prabhu from Vrindavan, Brijvasi.
Hare Dandat Pranam to everyone,
Hare
to you
Krishna.
also, Prabhu class. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Nice explanation, Prabhu. I was just, getting lost in the way you were explaining now about Krishna's Vatsalya Bhav, how he is actually like what's he's stating us. So, Prabhu, in this verse 36, where we discussed about this Martasya Satatam Vishnu, no? I have a small doubt in that. When Jai Vijay, they spoke to the Kumaras, no? But we pray that due to your compassion and our repentance, we will not forget the Lord under illusion. But yet, when they appeared in the form of Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, and Ravana, Kumbhakarna, they were put under illusion and they actually
No,
forgot.
but they never forgot. They
Because
never
when
forgot.
Prahlad was purifying Vishnu, Hiranyakashipu was actually getting angry. Why Vishnu? I am Vishnu. Like I am more powerful than
No,
Vishnu.
so they asked for the benediction that may we never have Vismriti. May we never forget you. So Hiranyakashipu never forgot. He was always thinking, how will I kill Vishnu? How will I kill Vishnu? Who is teaching you? He was telling Shanda Amarka, don't let Vishnu come. Where is this Vishnu? He's asking. Prahlad also. So Narasimhadev Hiranyakashipu never forgot Vishnu. In fact, he considered himself the arch enemy of Vishnu. The whole seventh canto begins like that. That where is this Vishnu? He is hiding. Let's find him. Go and find Vishnu. I want to fight with him. I want to kill him. He killed my brother, Hiranyaksha. So he never forgot. Ravan never forgot Ram. You're always thinking of Ram. When will Ram come and kill me? How will he fight with me? And similarly, Shishupal Dantavakra never forgot Krishna for a moment also. They're always remembering Krishna, but with dvesh, with an enmity. So that was kept intact. They never forgot, but because they were to fall down as demons, they had an inimical attitude towards Krishna.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Prabhu. Thank
So
you.
that was
Hare
it.
Krishna.
Okay, so we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai,
Jai.
Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank